a sneak peek inside Danse Macabre, trouble for the Steamtrain, and finally some movement at Grand Hotel Efteling.
Hi, my name is Jolanda.
And I'm Joost from Dutch Theme Park Network.
Let's dive in.
First, a follow-up.
We missed something in our last news update, and that is with return money on the bottles and cans. They have new machines. You can get your money back 15 cents. Statiegeld, as we call it in the Netherlands. And we told you that you can use the receipt to buy new products in the same store, which you can, but you can also get your money back at the register. So you can get your 15, 30, 45 cents also cash back.
Yep, that was sent in by Sam.
Yes.
And there's another one. We mentioned that Lurk and Moonhuis in Volk van Laaf was closed for 10 years, but one of our loyal viewers, LE0883, well, hard to pronounce, but he told us that the Lurk and Moonhuis is closed for over 20 years.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So
20 years, yes, you're very right.
You're right, and that's all the follow-up on our previous news updates, so let's head over to the news of this month. Yep, let's start with a new job opening at the direction of the Efteling.
Yes, the head of Efteling. There are 4 directors now.
There were 5 in the past, and they have a new job opening for a 5th person, and this new director will be head of technology and innovation.
Yes, not only practical, like be responsible for cybersecurity and data, but also innovation. So let's see what he or she will bring to the Efteling.
Yep, and technology in the guest experience. So we're curious what that means, but let's hope that they honor the vision of Peter Reinders, one of the founding fathers of the Efteling. He always said technique is there to make things possible and to
make things magical.
Make things magical and bring them to life. And let's hope this director will honor that vision and not just implement a virtual VR Python just because we want some VR in the park. I think you can do better things than that.
There is VR in the park. For example, when you are disabled, you can visit Dreamflight in VR. So that are the magical experience. If not possible, then what can you do with technology?
And they do that one very well.
Yes.
With sand and with air, and it's really a magical experience.
Also, when it's not busy, you can also visit this as a regular visitor.
Yep.
It's a fun other way to visit Dreamflight.
And another job opening, and this is at the foundation that owns the Efteling.
Also a board member.
Also a board member, and this one is mostly there to create networks and to make sure that more marketing-wise, I thought.
Mostly we don't hear anything about the foundation. Maybe, let's see. If they keep to what they're doing now, they're doing an awesome job.
So let's head over to the Fairytale Forest.
Also, lots to tell you in the Fairytale Forest. Let's start with Sleeping Beauty.
Yep. The scaffolding is down, and now we see the new castle in its full glory.
It's still very white. There's not a lot of greenery, but they're busy with planting new greenery. And it looks awesome. Can't wait to visit it in person again. But we have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, the Efteling announced that the works would take place until the end of February, but they are postponed till the end of March. So another month of waiting, but I think they will take care the complete Fairytale is finished when it reopens. And also some news about the new inhabitant of the castle.
Yeah, we speculated in our last episode, what could it be? We hoped maybe for a prince, or we're wary for a critter, but it's actually the guard Anton Pieck already drew, the standing guard.
The standing sleeping guard.
We will see at the Fairytale. He is not there yet, but we're expecting him soon, I think. And when they're finished, we know now they're moving on to Hansel and Gretel, which will also be completely demolished and rebuilt like it is right now to keep it for eternity.
The same treatment as Vrouw Holle and Red Riding Hood.
Yes. The original fairy tales were made of wood, and they lasted 30 years. So if we want to keep them forever, it needs to be done.
Yep, they're on the end of their lifetime, and it's really necessary. So we expect this works to start at the beginning of April.
And probably also for 2-3 months, I think.
I guess so. So I expect the Fairytale back at the beginning or in the middle of summer.
Yep.
And then it's really, really small, but a new addition in the Fairytale forest. A few months ago, the Efteling reopened the toadstool track, and there was one detail missing.
There was a washing line with laundry that was there originally, wasn't there now, and it's back.
And I think that's a good thing. It gives some more
Life.
some more life to the toadstool. You can imagine the gnomes being there once the park closed down and doing their laundry. We can see one of the gnomes doing her laundry.
Exactly.
So I guess this is the way.
She needed a washing line.
She needed a washing line. And I think you also want to mention another thing that came back to the forest.
Also a small detail, but we're very glad with a rock. There's a rock at the mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
The mermaid's not only back, very beautifully painted.
Especially the fish.
Oh, very beautiful. Look at the eyes if you're there. Just look at the details and perfect craftsmanship. She had a rock in the past. She leans on a rock like this, and the rock was gone. That's why her hand was, well, in the air. And we were hoping for a rock for years now, and it's back.
And it looks really good.
Very
and
good.
Actually, it was the last time we visited the Little Mermaid. It was the first time that I mentioned that on the back of the Fairytale, there's a really small honor to the previous Fairytales that were on that spot. I think we can make a complete video about that in the future, but that was a fun detail that after more than 40 years in the park, I still can see new details.
Yep. Then some bad news, and that's about the Steamtrain. The Steamtrain still runs, but it used to run with 3 trains. One train has been out of commission for more than a year now.
Yeah, actually.
And that's because the steam engine, their original steam train, and the steam engine has a crack in it, and it's difficult to fix. Maybe impossible, we're not sure, but at least it's been way long.
They are looking for a solution for over a year now.
And the second steam train has the same problem. So there is only one steam train left. And that means that...
That gives some inconvenience.
Yes, that not only means that the rounds around the park, it takes 25 minutes. So you have to wait 25 minutes if you just miss the train, which is a long time for a visit on the steam train. And once a week it's out of commission because the engine needs to be cleaned. And there's no replacement.
No, and it has to cool down completely, so it has to stand still for 24 hours before they can clean the engine, and that's why the steam train isn't running for 1 day a week in the upcoming months.
And that's why it's in the maintenance calendar, so you know if the steam train is running, yes or no. But for a solution, it's going to be difficult.
Yep.
Maybe they will head over to electric. There are substitution with electric that can also give a steam-like impression, but we'll have to keep our eyes and ears open.
It could be a solution. We know the Efteling wants to electrify the train, so maybe this is a good reason to speed up that progress and do it right away.
Yep.
But I can imagine it's quite an expensive change to do so.
Definitely.
But we'll keep you posted in all our upcoming videos. So let's head over to the regular maintenance. And first of all, some things, maintenance that is finished. And we completely forgot to tell you about this in our previous update. The Dreamflight suite at the Efteling Hotel is now open. Since the 22nd of December, you can sleep in a suite completely designed after Ton van de Ven's attraction Dreamflight.
And it's popular. You have to book it ahead if you want to, and have to be on it because it's a very popular suite.
And I can imagine why.
Definitely, it looks amazing.
It looks amazing with a little, how do we call him? The green little man?
A forest
ghost? Yeah, forest ghost. And there's a tree standing in the middle of the room, and there's a little green man coming out of it.
And he's rumored to make sounds, but we haven't heard any clips or things. So if you're sleeping at the Dreamflight suite, Let us know, what does the gnome do? Does he make sound, and can you make a little clip for us? Would be cool.
And also new is that the renovation of the King's Suite at Efteling Hotel. They refurbished that one as well, cleaned it up. So that makes us wonder which which suite is next. And I guess the underwater world. It feels outdated.
Could be.
Also, the maintenance at the hen at Peak Square is finished. He is laying eggs again for €2, but there's something new there.
Yes, you only can pay contactless. So there isn't a possibility anymore to pay with a coin. At Donkey they did the same, but you still have the opportunity to pay the 50 cents and pay contactless. But the hen only accepts credit or debit cards.
Yep.
He's modern.
He's a really modern hen. I don't know what this will do with how many eggs they will sell.
I'm not sure.
But if you want to use a coin, head over to the duck, also on the Peak Square, just a few meters away from the hen, and there you can pay only with coins. Also, there's some maintenance going on, and let's head over to Piranha first, because there's a lot of work going on there.
It is downtime, so a lot of work is going on, and Piranha is fully wrapped now. Every inch, every centimeter is covered with scaffolding, tarp, and they're really doing everything I think possible.
They will redo all the walls. All the rock work is demolished, and we can already see the iron beams where they will create a new rock work. And when I was in Baron, I could even see that the complete waterway was gone. So they're doing a big job, and I'm really curious how it will look when this attraction will open in June.
We know it's beautiful, especially in dark with all the lights. So you can't wait to get on it in June.
So Efteling, head over, go on, finish it as soon as you can.
Oh, they will.
Another job going on, not that far away from Piranha, is George and the Dragon.
It looks really curious right now because they're redoing the track. So the track is gone on parts and it looks really unstable right now. But kudos for all the workers. They're on there in harnesses and the wood is being lifted and they're working so hard.
When we were in the park, they were working at the top of the lift hill and it looks really strange without the track on it. This last phase of the retrack will take until the end of April. They announced the 22nd of April as the last day, so it will be open at King's Day.
Completely retracked.
Completely retracked, so I think that George and the Dragon can run for several years.
Yes.
Let's hope so. And there's also some small maintenance announced from the 5th of February up till the 9th of February. The Python will close.
And it moved up a little bit. They wanted to close it in January, but there would be a lot of things closed in a weekend that was pretty busy, so they moved this ahead to a more quieter time.
Yep, and it's because the trains need some maintenance because the run time, it's necessary, but these first week of February, on weekdays, there isn't that much to do at Ruigrijk.
At Ruigrijk. So if you want to go for thrills, don't go to the 5th and the 9th of February. But there is still so much to do.
So closed at this moment, good to mention, is George and the Dragon, Piranha, Ravelijn, the regular close down for maintenance in the first month.
Yes.
It will reopen in April, and the Flying Dutchman.
Also regular maintenance that needs to be done to clean the track
Because
it's open water.
Yeah, they clean the chain and they need to do that every year. So.
And they do it when it's most quiet, obviously. And good to mention, there is some people that don't like it, but you get a discount when you come now to Efteling. So not only don't have any wait times, we were there yesterday, it was walk on every ride. And when you pay now,
you pay $38 in the weekdays and €40 and €41 in the weekend.
And when you come in summer, when everything's working, you pay €51.
So don't claim a discount because it's you already have a discount in your ticket prices.
Yes.
Then over to 80,000 free tickets a year.
That's twice the Efteling sold out. The Efteling has a capacity of 40,000, so 80,000 free tickets per year for the coming 5 years.
For free.
And not for us.
No, not for...
And I'm glad, because these tickets are for people that are less fortunate, that can't afford to go to Efteling, so I'm very glad I get to pay. And
the Efteling announced a cooperation with Stichting Leergeld, and that's a foundation that helps out people that don't have that much money to make sure that children can sport, have a day out, can go to school. So it's a foundation that really knows which people can use these tickets.
Yes.
And the Efteling announced 80,000 tickets a year for the next 5 years. So I think this is a really great way to show that the Efteling cares and want to be accessible for all people.
And it's in their mission to be accessible. So this is a way to ensure that and make sure that even if you don't have the money, you can still go to Efteling for a day.
They also have the evening Wij Ambassadeurs. This
Yes.
is an evening where all employees of the Efteling voluntarily work for one evening, and then they can also invite some foundations to bring people to the Efteling, but that is only one night a year. And these are tickets that will be spread out over the entire year. So, way to go, Efteling. Keep up the good work.
Over to some rumors, at least one rumor, and that is about Caro. Caro is the show at the Efteling Theater, the show that plays in the evening. You have to pay something extra, so 17 euros, I believe. Absolutely worth it. And the rumor is that
Caro will end at the end of this year.
yes, at the end of this year. So we only have 1 year with Caro left. But I love this show, so I'm not sure if how I feel about this. But it's rumored to be a Caro 2.0. So they keep some things or edits to the story to make it more like the...
I expect a complete new story, because the rumors are that Caro will stop because of the opening of the Island of the Five Senses, the square with the House of the Five Senses, Grand Hotel Efteling, and the theater will be renamed to Island of the Five Senses. And the rumors are that the new show will take care of a backstory of this Island of the Five Senses. So I expect a complete new show.
Like I said, I love Caro, but there are some things you can do better in this show. There are children every night
Coming just
to be there to ensure that parents or grandparents are there and can make a picture.
and post them on Instagram, and they do. So it's free publicity, but Efteling, you don't need this free publicity.
No, it takes so much away from the story. With the same concept, they can do,
A better story,
A
a better
better
show. I also don't like the sing-along part that
No.
much. But well, I hope they will choose the same director as they did for Caro. That's Stanley Burlinson, also the voice of the unnameable evil in the making of Danse Macabre.
He's a really kind person, so...
But he put his foot down to keep the most impressive scene in the show. So I really
It's
hope...
the mirror scene.
Oh, I love that one. And I hope they ask him to do Caro
next
2.0 as well.
Yes, then I have complete faith it will be absolutely a
worthy
worthy
successor.
Yes.
Let's head over to the building grounds.
There is so much to tell about Danse Macabre.
On the 1st of February, there was some press event.
Yes, we were not invited yet. Maybe the next one.
Let's hope so.
But Danse Macabre reached the highest point of the build.
Yep.
The highest point, a beautiful Gothic pointy
Spine.
was put in place. And the highest point is
And
reached.
the Efteling used that opportunity to invite press and also some fun press. Our favorite podcast, Kleine Boodschap, was there.
Yes.
Niels Kooijman with his vlog.
They made beautiful impressions, so it felt like we were there. We can talk about it like we were there.
And the Efteling used this opportunity as well to show some more of Huiverwoud. And they showed how the new koetshuis will look like. Next to the Zwarte Kat, there will be also a stand where you can buy yourself popcorn and cotton candy. And during this press event, the Efteling showed a concept art made by Jeroen Verheij.
Like the other drawing as well. And I like the little details like the spiders on the cotton candy. So really zoom in there and see the details.
I hope they are eatable as well. I guess they will.
You can make sugar spiders.
But also on this concept art, if you look at the right, you can see Otto and Virginie. This is also a company owned by Otto and Virginie. And I'm wondering why they opened up 3 shops at these spooky grounds.
But they also open up a souvenir shop. But in the show, you get a hint about their entrepreneurial activities. The photos are for free right now, but they hint it will cost money in the future. So I love the entrepreneurial family they added to these grounds. And we heard in these press events that the employees who let you into Danse Macabre will be part of the family.
Yep. So I'm curious, nephews, nieces.
I'm curious about their outfits.
Yeah, as well. But let's keep that for later on. I'm sure the Efteling will tell us all about their connection to the family later on. But when we dive into this concept art, there are some details we have to show you. First of all, I like the hint of the bats in the air.
Yes.
The Spookslot bats, there were famous drawings by Ton van der Ven. They come back in this drawing. But when we look at the roof, we see that the roof collapsed. And
also burned down.
And also burned down, so same as the Zwarte Kat.
Yes.
There was a fire and we can see crows on top of the building.
And we're curious to find out, will they really be there? Is this just for the drawing, the impression? Of course, there are so many birds at Efteling, so the chance that a real bird will fly up there is also possible.
But we already have animatronic birds at Ravelijn. And
at Kasbah.
And at Kasbah, and they can do it really well. So yes. I hope these are animatronics. But when we look at the vending stand itself, on the left we see 2 Coca-Cola Freestyle machines.
Which means that the pilot or the test was successful. Of course we knew that because you have new cups. But also there will be more machines from 6 machines to 8 machines.
Yep, this is the 4th place in the park where you can find these. And I can imagine that they will add more in the future.
There is also some numbers at the board, which means you can probably use
mobile ordering.
Mobile ordering, exactly.
And they will sell, and that we can see on the sign on the right, cotton candy and popcorn. So I don't know why I would like to use mobile order for popcorn.
And I love all the details like the shoe irons, the wheels that are
You can really imagine that there were carriages inside. And actually the build of this building is almost finished, the outside.
You already lost the point in your prophecy.
I did, because during the press event, Jeroen Verheij told Kleine Boodschap that this new stand will open up together with the attraction and the complete outside area at the end of the year. But he left some possibility open, because his reaction when they asked, will this open up early in the year, he said, well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But the plans are to open it up in the end of the year, so I still got my hopes up.
Let's not cross it out.
But I like the atmosphere of this drawing, and this really gives me the feeling that Huiverwoud will be spooky, and it will be more spooky than the old Spookslot. I like this environment.
Yeah, and also news is that there is a chicken exit at Danse Macabre. So that's also an indication that it will be spooky.
I can imagine it's in the same way as at Baron 1898, where you can go in as a bovengrondse kompel, or you just can't stay. Don't want to ride the roller coaster, and then you can
visit the pre-show.
I want to see the pre-shows, but I don't want to do the ride. Of course, Danse Macabre will be more intense than Spookslot. So I can imagine they will give people the opportunity to see the waiting line, the pre-show.
If there is pre-show, we don't know.
I don't know, but if there is, I can imagine that's a reason there is a chicken exit.
We already saw some images from inside
Ooh.
as well. And that's all.
A sneak peek inside Danse Macabre. This wasn't part of the press event.
No, this is a leak, not intended. Efteling probably isn't happy by it because the photos aren't that good. But they show a little bit of the inside while while works are going on to finish probably the waiting area. Like you see
These
it now.
pictures were published on social media by the company that is responsible for the placement of the floors, the concrete floors, and they showed really some pictures of the waiting area inside. And we see a lot of bricks, a lot of grey, exactly what you can expect in an abbey.
Obviously not finished, but you can see different lines with ones and twos, so you will be split up probably per church.
Bench, for sure. We saw those closing stones already on the working route next to Piranha. They were laying there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there are 6 church benches. So I guess there will be a grouper that splits up groups to make sure that the complete capacity of Danse Macabre will be used. If these pictures give a good image, the waiting area inside will be really narrow. But
it will be accessible for people in wheelchairs, so it has to be at least, or maybe one alley is, we don't know, of course.
we don't know, but this is actually the first peek inside Danse Macabre, and well, I want to visit. So,
no, really?
I do. Now, but there, you can see there's a lot of work going on. Jeroen told us there's a lot of scaffolding up inside the building at this moment, so they're building, I guess, all the scenes.
Yes, of course, and painting, and the news of this episode is Joost wants to visit Danse Macabre.
I do. I expect this to be my most favorite attraction at Efteling once it opens. But let's head on to Grand Hotel, because there is finally some news about the Grand Hotel.
The clips of the hotel are there, and they're being...
they're made on the working grounds.
Yes.
They put on giant iron how do we call them? The tips of the towers, and now they are finishing them.
Yes,
at the working grounds, but there's more news.
Adding the layer on it to bring it on top when all the walls and floors will come, which we hope is soon, because there is a very, very, very large crane right now.
Yep, they put up a new large crane at the working grounds of Grand Hotel, and it's a really impressive one.
Yeah, I've never seen one so big.
And that means that they expect the walls on a really short notice. So I secretly hope that once this video releases, we already saw the first walls being in place.
Of course, we will show you on our channel with a post, so follow us to see the first photos once they're there.
Also, there's a permit for a tunnel underneath the parking promenade, and they are already digging this tunnel. And that gives some inconvenience on the parking lot. You have to make a zigzag up to the entrance.
Or probably when you come, you get sent to the other parking lot, and then you have a straight line, but you will be a little farther away. But they're really busy at the parking lot. It will be...
The parking lot is a mess at this moment.
But it will be better.
We have to suffer this through to have a better parking lot and a tunnel for Grand Hotel. So finally there is some movement at the working grounds there. We keep you posted of all the works that are there. So as soon as there are walls or as soon as the tunnel is there, we will show you for sure.
Definitely.
But I think it is really necessary they do this to make sure the opening in 2025. There's a lot of work to do.
Yes.
Also new is news about the House of the Five Senses.
They're like I think we said this earlier in the last video. They're painting the...
We speculated about it.
Yes.
But now we know for sure.
Blue, gold. They're really making some progress. And it looks beautiful.
And the Efteling announced that this is the color scheme they will use on the Island of the Five Senses. So we will see this on more places.
Yes.
And they started at the House of the Five Senses. But
The
there's
wardrobe is also, so now if you rented a wheelchair or you want a cart, you have to be inside the House of the Five Senses.
on the right side, there are signs to show you the way to to this place.
Yes.
But there's more going on at the House of the Five Senses. They will move up the ticket control to the center of the House of the Five Senses. Now you have to walk up to the back, but they will bring that up to the middle.
And the guest service is a little bit in front now too. And they will expand the capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So double it, I believe
Yep.
they told us.
The Efteling told that they can double up the number of access points to the park.
And they're adding a queue as well.
Yep.
There you can just walk on now and take the line that is shortest, but they will...
And that is really annoying when you come in at opening, because then it's crowded and people are shifting lines and it's not that clear. And in the new design, we can see that they make lines. So once you're in a line, you just head over to the ticket control and then you're scanned into the park.
Yes.
I think this is a good way to go. And together with these announcements, also drawings of a new cart are shown to us.
And there is a lot to see on one little drawing. And you can see, of course, the maps. It's a place to get the maps. We can see a little vein that says happy birthday.
It says hooray or so,
hooray
congratulations.
And maybe the place where you can get your birthday button, maybe.
But also where you can get your child measured for the roller coasters.
There's also a measuring point. And they give bracelets which validate your child is. So you don't have to measure over and over and over again. Then you do this at the Rise now. Mm-hmm. Or you can ask for it. I'm not sure if it's...
They do it themselves. When they are in doubt, they ask you to come over and then they measure you and you get yourself a bracelet that you can show at all the other rides. Look, I measured.
Yes. And they will maybe do this right now at the entrance? Or you can...
Also do at the entrance. I think you can measure all the childs there, but I can imagine that if you do so, you get yourself the bracelet up in front and you can enjoy your day.
Maybe.
It's really Efteling to put in this many usages of one card and one person.
Unmovable card.
but it looks neat, so I think, yeah.
Definitely.
And I don't think we will have that much inconvenience of these works, and they will do that.
We will see.
We keep you posted.
Definitely.
Over to merchandise.
Merchandise. There is a new pin, a new annual pin. Efteling has one every year, so of course in 2024 as well. And the pin now is yellow with Faki.
They make a lot of these. These are available the whole year. You don't have to rush over to get you this pin. For sure, if you visit in 2024, you will be able to get yourself this pin. It's a lovely pin. We have one ourselves.
It's a fun yearly pin, so you can see if you buy it, you can have one for every year you visit.
Then, I think the tin blicks for cookies were a hit.
Yes, they added one. They had 2 designs, they have 3 now. Droomvlucht was added, Dreamflight.
Yep, I can imagine the Efteling wants to create these souvenirs for all popular attractions in the upcoming years.
Yes.
For €10, you got yourself some cookies with this
Dreamflight.
tin flight. And also, and actually we could have mentioned it before, there is Danse Macabre souvenirs. The first souvenirs are here.
Only available at the Zwarte Kat, we checked. Not available anywhere else, and they are very popular.
They do sell out. But
yeah, we knew the keychain sold out, but now the postcards sold out, so they're both very popular, and I can imagine why. They have a keychain of the black cat, with the 2 color eyes, the logo of the black cat.
The design by Jeroen Verheij.
Yes.
And you can get yourself a keychain for €3.50.
And the postcards of the design, of the first design they released.
Why so small? I love this drawing.
Oh, I hope it will be big.
Please, Efteling, make a poster of this drawing. It's marvelous. I would put it on my wall right away.
Postcards for €1 are very popular as well because it's sold out, like we said. But keep heading over. They're getting refilled, restocked, so they will be back.
And also new, is a new design made by Jolanda herself in our own webshop. There's a Valentine design. You can head over to dutchthemeparknetwork.com/shop and it's available on several souvenirs and several products.
And help us make more embedded videos.
Then over to energy. No, not Ellen's Energy Adventure at Efteling.
No, another video.
But let's tell you about energy and power of the Efteling, because the Efteling will invest 3 million euros, that's more than 2 fairy tales in the Fairytale forest, for 2 giant battery packs. And
but they need it.
They really do need it. The power net of the Netherlands is fully booked, it's set.
And Efteling
needs more power.
Efteling's opening a Grand Hotel and Efteling's opening Danse Macabre. So at some certain times they need more energy than they have now.
They expect these battery packs are needed in winter when there's not that much sun out. Of course they have a lot of solar panels.
Well, they have a cable as well, which they paid for, but the energy, the power net can't be hooked up on it until 2028. So these batteries are at least until 2028 to make sure Efteling has enough power.
I think it's a great way because they will store their own power. The power from the solar panels will be stored in these battery packs and will be used when necessary. So this is a great step
to sustainability.
And the Efteling announced they want to be climate neutral in 2030 and climate positive in 2032. So to go, another step, great way to go. And this makes sure that the Efteling doesn't have to shut down some of the attractions be able to show you Aquanura.
Danse Macabre isn't available right now.
Then just some small points left. First of all, the Efteling is announced the most fun day out
in the Netherlands. We knew this, but it's the AAA of the Netherlands that hosts a competition every year. People get to vote and Efteling wins.
Almost all the years.
Yes.
Last year they were not allowed to participate in this contest because they left out theme parks, because otherwise they would know Efteling would win again. They actually always win this prize. But Efteling, congratulations, you're the most fun day out of the Netherlands. But actually I was more surprised about the number 2, in a positive way. Because the number 2 is
Toverland. And it means our video about which is the best theme park is a very good video, because we told you Toverland is the second best theme park in the Netherlands.
But I think they deserve this prize.
That's why they're number 2.
We
already
knew this. Toverland is only a 1-hour drive away from Efteling, and it's actually the most worthy competitor of Efteling. Definitely. They do storytelling really well, have nice coasters, have good family rides, and it's a fun day out for the whole family. So if you visit Efteling and you have a spare day, you might consider to head over to Toverland to visit this park as well. We have some videos about Toverland on our channel. I think we will make more in the upcoming weeks. So Toverland, congratulations as well.
Definitely.
But that Efteling is the most fun day out. We can see also in the visitor numbers of last year's.
Let me get it right in once. 5,560,000 visitors.
And that's a record. More people visited Efteling than any other year. And we saw the growth coming from abroad. So, thank you.
Thank you and welcome. Glad you already found Efteling, and let's hope this growth continues, because Efteling needs it to make attractions like Danse Macabre and new attractions and new expansions.
And most new visitors came from UK, Germany and Belgium. So Efteling is doing a great job becoming an international resort more and more. And this is a great way. I'm curious about the profits. We will hear that in a few months. But way to go, the Efteling, and it didn't felt more crowded than other years. In the old days, the Efteling had waiting lines for over 1 hour at several attractions. Nowadays, 45 minutes tops, maximum
on the busiest
sometimes an hour on the most crowded days. And I think that's a great thing. The Efteling spreads out the visitors over the year. Way to go, and we can't wait to see how crowded and how many people will visit in 2024.
Come on over, everybody. Welcome.
And that's all the news for this month, but not before we talked about Patreon.
Yes, do you want to be included in our conversations? Then head over to Patreon. You can get access to a WhatsApp group, really fun group, and you can also get exclusive merchandise. And
2 exclusive ebooks.
Yes.
The Ultimate Guide to the Efteling, over 100 pages with information and worksheets, but also the Ultimate Guide to the Keukenhof Gardens, completely for free when you become a part of our Patreon community. So head over to Patreon, and all the money we earn with this, we'll put back in the channel. We'll make sure to make more and better content just for you. And that's all for this month.
yes.
So
What do you think about Danse Macabre? Are you just as excited as we are?
let us know down in the comments, and of course don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you are sure you will see all our upcoming videos. We hope to see you in the next video. See ya!